Hey there! Today I am bringing you a video that I'm hoping will help people out there. I know when most people share their keto journeys, they are showing the best parts of it. They are showing the parts when they're on track and the parts where they're eating right and doing everything well. I wanted to make a video about how to get back onto keto once you've kind of fallen off a bit. This is something that I experienced a lot when I first started keto. I think within the first 6 months, just about once a week, I was having something non-keto and then trying to start over and get back into keto. And it was really hard. I was kind of doing that every week for probably about 6 months. And after staying keto for a couple years, I noticed I wasn't having that issue anymore, but recently I did have some non-keto stuff, and getting back into the keto favorites that I have loved before is hard. It's kind of, I feel like once you are away from the sugary, carby foods, you kind of forget what it tastes like. And once you reintroduce those foods, it can get hard to get back into having low carb foods. So in this video, I wanted to just kind of talk about how to get back to keto if you have fallen off, whether it be one day, one meal, a week, a month, whatever it is. Just kind of some ideas to help you get back to your keto lifestyle that you love so much. So my first tip would be to make sure you are prepared for switching back to keto. I have found, especially if you are in a household with people who are non-keto, you are more likely to have those non-keto foods and kind of slip up off your keto journey if you are kind of not prepared well for your keto meals that you want to be having. I find that there are so many non-keto options easily available that if you don't plan properly for your keto meals, it's real easy to slip up and have something that's non-keto and then feel bad about it later. So my first tip is to be prepared. If it's doing meal prep, to have your lunches and dinners, even breakfast, prepared ahead of time. That can help you to stay on track instead of having a non-keto thing. Make sure you have something that's easily accessible to you that is keto friendly. For me in particular, it's helpful for me to have keto pre-prepared snacks. That way, if I'm tired, I don't have to worry about, putting a whole bunch of stuff together just to have something that's keto. I have a bar that is already prepared for me, and that really helps me to not have a non-keto food that is full of sugar and full of carbs, and that's going to make me feel physically and emotionally so awful. So find kind of what works best for you. If it's having those prepackaged bars, if it's having fast food keto because you can access that easily, do that. If it's doing meal prep, you got to figure out what works best for you. But I think being prepared is the best way to make sure that you get back into keto quickly. So that being said, my second tip is to make sure that you start reintroducing keto meals, starting with the meals that you love the most. Even if it's maybe not your best version of keto, if it helps you kind of transition from the carby foods into keto foods again, I think it's totally appropriate to have those foods, whether it be the Mission low carb tortillas, if it's having keto baked goods, keto prepackaged stuff, whatever it is that kind of makes you remember why you love keto so much and help you transition back into not having those carby, sugary things. I think it's totally understandable to have, whether it's a prepackaged thing or whatever, to kind of help you stay on track. I don't think that's anyone's ideal version of keto, but if that's what you need to do to make sure you're not having the things that are packed with sugar and packed with carbs and make you overeat or gain weight or feel horrible, then I think that's what you need to do to make sure you can stay on track. I personally find that the Mission Low Carb tortillas are a helpful transition food because that's not something that I want in my diet every single day or even every week on keto normally, because it does make me feel lethargic. But coming from having higher carb foods like maybe donuts or bread, I don't think I had any regular bread, but I had regular tortillas. So if a Mission Low Carb tortilla is what's going to help me transition away from those high carb things and back into keto things, so then eventually I could start having taco bowls instead of tacos with the Mission Low Carb tortillas, then that's what I'm going to do. I'll have the Mission Low Carb tortillas now until I don't feel as tempted to have high carb foods again. That is what I know has helped me a lot, and it might help you too. My third tip to getting back into the keto lifestyle is definitely not for everybody, but is something that I have resorted to from time to time and has been really helpful. Doing some sort of fast can be helpful to kind of cut you off from high carb foods and kind of make you appreciate the keto foods that you used to eat. This is not for everyone. This is a bit extreme and maybe too difficult for some people. If you find that you try a fast and then you go right back to the carby foods, this isn't for you. What I have found is doing a juice fast or a fat fast, even doing like the ice cream fast that I have done a few times in the past. That kind of helps me appreciate the variety and all the different flavors that keto options have to offer. So that is an option, although it's not something that is necessarily for everyone. Tip number 4, try and stay ahead of your hunger. I have found personally that if I wait till the last minute to eat something, I kind of become ravenous and then just grab anything in sight, and that doesn't lead to the best of decisions. So I find if I start feeling hungry, I might have a little keto snack just to kind of get rid of that annoyance, and then I can, prepare my meal. That might take a little bit longer to get ready, but that way I'm not making a rash decision to grab something that's not keto. So staying ahead of your hunger could be a good option to kind of set you up for success and make sure you're not making a rash decision in choosing to eat a non-keto food just because you waited too long to eat. And my last tip is to eat until you are fulfilled. I find that even if I have a keto meal, if I still feel like I'm craving something, I will reach for, or I could reach for something non-keto. So I try and make sure that I am feeling fulfilled with the keto meals that I'm having, and that can lead to maybe eating more calories than you really need in a given day. But my view is that's something that's temporary, just to kind of help you get back into keto, and then your calories will start to come down as you get used to eating the keto foods that you used to eat before you fell off keto. So guys, those are my tips to help you get back into keto. I hope this was helpful to you. I know that it's not always the easiest to stick to keto, especially when there are non-keto temptations around. So I think the important thing is to not give up, keep on trying. Even if you keep falling off of keto, keep trying different things until you find what works for you, because everybody's different. The same things won't work for everybody. So I think what to remember at the end of the day is, as long as you keep trying, you will never fail. So let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs down if you didn't enjoy it. I like to know your guys' feedback one way or another, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!